All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. This is where we are right now. We just got another catastrophic piece of news. Another 3.8 million people lost their jobs. That brings the total to over 30 million. 30 million, over 30 million. In 6 weeks. This is devastating for people, absolutely devastating. We also found out that personal spending cratered. I believe this is a historic drop. Of course, everything is closed. We have no economy, but that's the story. Now, I want to say this as well. We heard from the European Central Bank, who actually, Christine Lagarde is talking right now as I am doing this video blog. And she's following in the same exact, in fact, she's lockstep with Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve. They're doing the exact same thing. The ECB failed. Actually, the market was hoping for a cut, another cut. They're already negative from the ECB. Didn't get it. But she's promising more easy money for as far as the eye can see, just like Yellowstone promised yesterday, and to increase asset purchases if needed. They're working together in tandem. What's going on here should be in your face. Prior to the coronavirus, the global economy was in free fall. Despite all the rhetoric from politicians around the world, President Trump, booming economy, it was a lie, an absolute lie. The stock market was being propped up then by central banks around the world. Our politicians right now are using the coronavirus as an excuse for their ineptitude. They were lying to you over and over again, and many people bought it. But now they have the coronavirus that they're using as an excuse to say, oh no, we were doing great before. It's the coronavirus, and absolutely not, complete falsehood to the highest order. These politicians, all of them, should be in handcuffs. They've done nothing but destroy our world and lie to us. And it'll never change. It doesn't matter who sits behind the Resolute desk or anywhere else in the world. These politicians are all out for themselves. They're out for the corporations. They do not care whatsoever about anyone unless they're in the one percenters that can contribute to their campaign programs. They can say what they want to. Talk is cheap. Actions are what matters. So here we have world central banks working in concert to own it all. Again, all of these central banks, you know this, are owned by the same entities, but they've made their choice. The Federal Reserve is the new world central bank, and they're funneling dollars around the world. You know, their dark money balance sheet that you're not allowed to see is ballooning along with the balance sheet you're allowed to see. So we have a situation here where our politicians are going to use this as an excuse for their ineptitude. We were doing great before the coronavirus. Oh, this just wiped everything out. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And again, this has created opportunity for central banks, none more so than the Fed, to step in here and enforce their final solution to be the lender, buyer, and owner of everything. And that's what they're doing. In concert, all these central banks, and we're allowing this to happen. We're allowing them to sit here, create cash out of thin air, and buy everything. We're not allowed to have normal market cycles because we have to enrich the central banks. We have to allow the central banks to own it all. It's incredible. We can't have normal cycles in the market. And the only reason, actually, you know what, I'm going to save that for later. But the situation is dire, okay? We have 30 plus million people who have lost their jobs in 6 weeks here. As I am doing this video blog, stock futures are pointing towards a lower open. We'll see how that plays out throughout the day. Cryptocurrencies are under a little pressure. Gold and silver are under a little pressure, despite the promises of creating unlimited capital out of thin air from world central banks. You know what to do. Crude oil is getting bid higher. And you know what? I did not look at the 10-year yield. Let me see what the 10-year yield is doing. 10-year yield is... My computer is so slow today. Anyway, give me a second here. I'm sorry. I want to get this right for you. 0.60. All right. Let's see how this plays out, people. Keep your eyes out for more trade alerts, buy recommendations, and speculative buys here. You should subscribe to my newsletter. It's 100% free. There's a link in the description of this video. People, we got to make a difference. We got to make a difference in this twisted, backwards, upside down perversion of a world right now. We're being made slaves, literally, to the 1%ers via the mechanism of lying politicians and central banks that are literally issuing in their destiny to be the lenders, buyers, and owners of it all. We're in so much trouble, I can't even begin to explain to you. And this is about to get much worse. This guy loves you. Please share the video. I'll see you later.